In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create static areas of interest, also known as AOIs, using the BeGaze application. AOI tools in BeGaze allow you to create shapes that group the results of the viewer's gaze while taking the exam. Using these targets, you can quantify this data into statistically significant groups. Let's start by opening up the BeGaze application. Now let's open the results of an eye tracking experiment. To get to the AOI tools, click on the AOI editor icon at the top of the toolbar. Let's create our first shape. On the left-hand side of the screen, you can see the AOI tools. They are separated into groups. The first group is for creating and editing AOIs, like the rectangle, circle, and the freehand tool. Click on a tool and then click and drag to create a shape. Once you've drawn a shape, you can type in a name. You can then click on the pointer tool to move, or click on the edges of this shape to resize the shape, or click and drag on the green dot to rotate the shape. Now let's try a circle. To delete a shape, make sure that it's selected. You can do that with the pointer tool, and then click on the delete icon in the toolbar. Now let's use the freehand tool to create a more interesting shape. You can click to create individual points, and then click on the first point to close the shape. You can easily change the name of an AOI after you've created it. Click on the pointer tool, and then double-click on the text that is on top of the shape. You can also rename the shapes in the list of AOIs on the left. Triple-click on the AOI name for editing. Naming AOIs allows you to be able to make statements like Photo A has created a dwell time of X milliseconds compared to Photo B. To make a copy of an AOI, click on the shape you want to copy with the pointer tool, and then click on the duplicate button. You can then move the position of the new object to a different place with the pointer. There are also buttons to undo or redo steps, but you can also use the shortcuts, which are Ctrl-Z to undo and Ctrl-Y to redo. You can even group different AOIs together. To group or analyze the results of two layers together, simply give them the same name in the group column. Let's create AOIs for the other elements in our layout. Let's go ahead and create a group for these two text areas. If you have a large number of AOIs, you can click on the filter button to filter them in different ways. For example, you can filter by the groups you just created. You can also filter by whether an AOI is local to just the current stimulus or global to all the stimuli in your test. To change a stimuli from local to global, click on the scope column and then choose local or global from the list. Let's go ahead and switch the stimuli. I'll click on the Change Stimulus button and then click on the rabbit stimuli. You'll notice that since the headline text AOI is global, it's already loaded in this page. You can also export and import AOIs. This would be useful if you had a large number of stimuli with similar AOI regions. To change stimulus, click on the Change Stimulus button. Double-click on the stimulus you want to travel to, and then click on the Save button at the bottom of the toolbar. Now go back to the other stimulus and hit the Load button. Let's clean this up by getting rid of the shapes we don't need. Notice that there is an extra headline text element. Let's get rid of it using the Delete button on the toolbar. You'll probably want to delete AOIs that you no longer need, create new AOIs, or rename existing AOIs so that they make more sense. Saving and loading is also useful when you want to share AOIs between experiments. BeGaze offers a number of ways that allow you to analyze your AOIs. One of these, for example, is the KPI analysis, or Key Performance Indicators. Click on this icon in the toolbar. Here, you can get a quick overview of most of the important AOI statistics. Click on the 1-to-1 or some of the other buttons in this section to change the zoom level. You can also take a look at AOI information with the AOI sequence chart. That can show you AOI hits over time for multiple participants. To see what the colors mean, make sure you click on the legend button to the right of the screen. The binning chart shows dwell time percentages over time. It's sort of an average scan path. You can find additional ways of analyzing AOIs using the Event Statistics view. Using the Statistics pop-up, you can find AOI fixations, AOI detailed statistics, AOI summary statistics, and more. AOIs are a great way to take the analysis of your experiments in BeGaze to another level. In this video, we explored creating, modifying, renaming AOIs, plus how to organize AOIs by grouping them and creating global AOIs to share across different stimuli. Finally, we explored a way of analyzing the data using AOIs.